Richard Jefferson is doing the game in Boston. He's still mic'd. He's working for ESPN. And we see LeBron say to him, yo, man, when he said, as a father, I had it. So I'm thinking,
I remember that clip.
Oh, that's not about Bronny, that's about you. Let's talk about you as a father. Bronny ain't at home in Brentwood. That's Crypto.com arena. He ain't wearing street clothes. That's a purple and gold uniform he's on. He's a Laker.
He's a player.
It's my job to cover the NBA.
But if we did follow what he's trying to say right now, it gets iffy, because if we're going off of your logic, bro, you kind of made it personal by calling out LeBron, saying, as a father, you are failing your son, essentially. That is what you were saying. You were telling him that he is failing his son, and he is being a bad father on live television. That's personal. I cannot lie. Hey, yo. It's your boy, Gerald. What we got today, man? Y'all notice anything different? Y'all notice anything new? Yeah, man. My skin glowing. That's what's different. Okay. But yeah, I got a fresh cut. Nothing crazy. I fuck with it. I hate having the afro. But anywho, what we got today, man? We got Stephen A. Smith on getting checked courtside by LeBron. Let's just get straight into it.
Everyone in sports in the entire world saw you and LeBron James get into it at the sidelines, Crypto.com arena.
Right.
Obviously, since then, that Lakers game, you've made no bones about, your issues with LeBron and the way you felt about him, and he's obviously has made no bones about the way he's felt about you. Yeah. I think Melo is just as close to Bron as he is as close to you.
No, they're closer.
And
that's a fraternity. I understand, respect that.
Yeah. And I love getting to not just get your side of it, but try and bring a peaceful solution, a peaceful resolution.
Ain't gonna be no peaceful solution.
He answered my question.
Go ahead, Melo.
No. He answered it. He answered the question. I think that's so much in my perspective, and which is why I always stayed out of that. You let them handle that. Like, it's not. It's whatever it is. It is. Maybe one day they could figure the shit out. Maybe not. But they still walking. I'm going this way. I'm going this way. You go your way. I go my way. It ain't no hard feelings to it. I don't know the reason, so I can't speak on it. Would I want them to get along and talk? Yeah. Why fucking not?
I mean, just getting from the gist of just our earlier conversation already, you make it a point to never make it personal with any of your critiques with anybody.
Right.
And I think a lot of people who probably either saw what you said about Bronny or the game, it's that blurred gray line where it is basketball, it is the game, but from one specific person's point of view, it is personal.
But I don't think it was for that, though. I mean,
go ahead.
I don't think it was just that. You get what I'm saying? We talk about years and years and years and years of history here. Like I said before, that goes deeper than rap. So whatever it is, you would have to peel back those layers and really sit down and have a real conversation, because from my perspective, it wasn't just about what he said about Bronny. It was a build-up from everything over the years, and that right there just hit home. That hit close to home. So of course I gotta, at this point in time, it's fuck that. I gotta take care of. Now is my time to say something. Enough is enough type of situation from that side.
LeBron hasn't been giving a fuck these days. He's been doing on this podcast, man, slowly letting out his opinion, man, which he's kind of kept silent for the past 23 years of his career. He's at a point where he can really say, fuck you, and I'm not fucking with you out to anybody, and no one's gonna check him. He's LeBron.
Yes. I'ma say shit on this podcast right now that I ain't never said. I ain't gonna hold back. I'ma preface my comment by saying, if y'all wouldn't have asked me about him, I wouldn't have talked about him.
Indeed.
I have no desire to talk about LeBron James. But I'm in the media. I am who I am. And it's pretty hard for me to say no comment, I ain't talking about something. When I bring people on to talk about stuff, it's just something that's hypocritical about that for me. So I want to preface my comment by saying that. I want to say also, before I get into it, that I don't get touched very easily. I'm talking about emotionally where I look at athletes.
I was like, what do you mean you don't get touched? I was scared for a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, what the fuck? What are you talking about?
This other stuff, and you know what they say affects me in a very touching way. When I saw D Wade on this show with Melo, I cannot tell you how touched I was that both of them said what they said. It didn't matter to me whether they agreed with me or not. What they both said is, we fuck with Stephen A. See what I'm saying? Before anything. And from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate it.
Indeed.
Because you got a lot of cats out there, including some, so I'm just gonna say some sorry motherfuckers in the NBA right now. that all of a sudden forgot who I was and who I've been just because of some situation with LeBron. What that got to do with y'all? What that got to do with y'all?
People just they on that LeBron with train, man. Anybody not LeBron not fucking with anybody, bro. They not fucking with you too. Basically, that's I'm not surprised though. He's LeBron. It's like there are gonna be the people that just whatever he says is law. And there's always been people that have like certain gripes with Stephen A. because he keeps it all the way a buck. Stephen A. keeps it a rag. And a lot of people can't handle the truth being told about them all the time. It's like, you know, people don't like being critiqued badly in front of like millions of people. But I mean, that's his job. He has to. Could he be more respectful about it? Sure. But, you know, it's still his job. And you don't have to like him. So, yeah. I don't know why he tripping about people. Unless it's like people that switched up on him. That fucked with Stephen A. All of a sudden, the LeBron thing happened, and now they're like, "Oh no, fuck that nigga Stephen A. We never liked that nigga anyways." That's crazy. Low-key, that might be what he's talking about.
The fact that D Wade and Melo could sit here, and whether they agreed or disagree with any element about us, acknowledge that, yo, man, that's our dude, man. We fuck with Stephen A. We cool with him. That's all I care about.
Yep.
Because we can agree or disagree, but I didn't do anything to them. Why would you have personal animus towards me because of what happened with me and LeBron? It's none of your business.
True. I never understood that thing. That people carry like a beef that wasn't even on their head and put it on their own fucking shoulders, bro. You and your homie is beefing some other homie. Mind you, that other homie is also your friend too. Both of them are beefing. And now what? Now what? You're gonna pick a side and say, "Oh, I'm gonna beef with one of you niggas too," just cause? No, it doesn't work like that. That typically doesn't. It barely happens that way with guys, bro. From my experience, it's like dudes beef. Niggas ain't really beefing like that, but if niggas are beefing, it don't matter. Like, it's not my beef. I'm still gonna be friends with that nigga if I was friends with that nigga. You're not gonna tell me don't be friends with him. The fuck I look like? I'm a grown ass man. Are you dumb? Don't try to tell me who I can be cool with or not. It's typically that I noticed that happens typically with girls' friendships and shit. Like, yo, they're like, yo, I don't like this girl. We don't like this girl. Everybody beef her. Everybody make her life miserable. Make her feel like a piece of shit. Nobody talks to her. That's it. That's how they set their rules, man. But with niggas, it's different. But then there are situations like this, right, where some dudes actually do the shit like this. Yeah, it's nasty, bro. That's not how you do it.
You have an opinion about the incident, but to have an opinion about me when you don't even know what's going on, I'm gonna remember those cats. You know me and my memory now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna forget.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna do nothing. I ain't gonna do anything, but I ain't gonna forget. Okay? And when I remember something, that I'm gonna remember.
See, but when you say that, right?
What I mean by that is
People are gonna assume that you're gonna make it a personal thing now.
Well, I'm not gonna do that because they ain't worth my money.
Gotcha.
I'm not gonna do anything that's gonna compromise. Damn right. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm not gonna do anything that's gonna compromise me, my name, the company I represent. And it ain't just ESPN. It's SiriusXM. It's my own brand. Okay. I'm never gonna do anything like that. I'm gonna always make sure I maintain professionalism. But Melo knows what I mean when I say this. There's a whole bunch of cats that come to me for a lot of assistance. A lot of cats that want to get in this industry. A lot of cats that got personal stuff they want the media to veer away from. They don't want the media. You know, I ain't damn podcast and YouTube show. I work for the worldwide leader. I work for a national or international brand like SiriusXM. You understand? I know everybody from the president on down. It's a simple phone call. I got cats on speed dial. Ain't no doubt in it because I've proven it. The contract alone proves that you don't get what I got unless you doing good work and you got connections. That's just the way it goes. Having said all of that, I'm just saying I'm gonna remember because it hurt me. Because it had nothing to do with a lot of these people. And they didn't take a moment to sit up there and say, damn, Stephen A. been in this business for 30 years. That's never happened. Why now? That's all I wanted somebody to ask. But nobody asked. So you want to hate on me? Fine, no problem. Now let me get to LeBron. I don't like his ass.
Damn.
Not a little bit. I understand what he means to Melo. I understand what he means to D-Wade, my boys. I understand it. But all I'm going to say, when it comes to that, Melo is 1,000% right. This dates back more than a decade. I'm not going to go into detail of the shit this man has tried to do to me. People don't understand. You don't know, you do not understand the links this man would go to. You know, I believe he's one way publicly, he's another way privately. I believe he might not be interviewed and he might not be quoted, but the things he says and the things he has said.
I actually believe that, bro. Like, for someone like LeBron, bro, you are PR trained to the max, bro. So you're not gonna slip up. Everything you say is golden to everybody. But in truth, bro, human beings are flawed. You are not that perfect nigga you are making yourself kind of out to be. You are flawed, and you do have bad thoughts, and you do have bad intentions. And I believe LeBron does, bro. I feel like the real LeBron might slowly start to come out gradually, but he won't let it all out. That nigga, there's stuff behind the scenes, man. There's stuff behind the scenes. I don't want to believe he actually has cheated on Savannah. Although everybody seems to be so sure he has, I would still reserve and give him that. Like, bro, he's a loyal man for now. But if it was really to come out that he did do stuff like that, he was doing it on a regular basis, I wouldn't be surprised because he's a fucking human being. We are flawed. This is not an excuse, but these things happen. So yeah, no, I can actually do. I do believe it's possible, and I wouldn't be surprised if Stephen A. is right in this situation.
To people, it's gotten back to me. The things that he's tried to do. If it were up to him, I wouldn't be where I am today.
Did he try to get you off the air?
You understand what I'm saying? I'm not going there. Okay. Figure it out. Okay?
All right.
Because I'm not going to find myself in a position where it can get uglier. I'm not going to...
He tried to get this... I mean, you really just answered the question. He tried to get you off ESPN. Or maybe YouTube. Damn, Bron. Just because of a little criticism. I know it was about your son and all. But like, because of a little criticism, you took it that far, Bron. Damn. Yeah, I guess LeBron ain't powerful enough to take Stephen A off, because Stephen A is a goddamn juggernaut too, man. You can't just throw that nigga off.
Do it. Okay. But I'm telling you, I'm not asking. It's some low shit. The day that he rolled up on me courtside, it was the day my contract was announced. That I had stayed with ESPN, blah, blah, blah.
Whoa.
Go back and look at the camera angles. I arrived there in the first quarter. He rolled up on me in the third quarter. When he rolled up on me in the third quarter, this is 2025. We got technology everywhere. TNT is a nationally televised game. How is it we got one angle and the only angle you see was of him and his face? But you see the back of my peanut head. How is that the only angle that you saw? How?
Is that the only angle that's out there?
Yo,
For real?
yes.
Okay.
I'm not going there. I'm just telling
It
you
was
what I think.
staged,
Remember,
it
I'm
was
in this
planned.
business. Got my social media person right there.
Right.
You understand?
Stephen A is alluding to LeBron staged it. Not like he staged it, but he planned it, and he wanted to get Stephen A out of character in order to make him make a mistake that could cost him his deal. Ooh, this is some conspiracy. He hasn't said any of this, but it's obvious this is what he's talking about. Damn, LeBron evil for real, man. Niggas ain't shit for real, man. You can't even trust nobody. Bro, I don't, by the way, I don't really care that much, and I don't owe any of these motherfuckers my belief. I don't even have to believe Stephen A. I'm just going off of what I'm hearing. It doesn't sound too out of pocket, bro. We've all heard a lot of crazy shit in this world, bro. Some shit be happening. And some people are really diabolical. So I'm not putting it past anyone. I'm not putting it past him. Stephen A could be lying right now. But yeah, no, I don't know if there was only one angle. I do only remember one angle. Damn, interesting.
I've been an executive producer for years. I know this, but I know a thing or two about camera angles. I determine them half the time.
Yep.
Do this angle, do this angle, do that angle. This is my business. I'm here. I know what that is. There's no way that you're in an arena, you're LeBron James, and the only angle that somebody sees is a straight up shot of you getting in my face. They see no reaction, they see nothing, and that's an accident.
All right, so I ask you straight up.
It doesn't happen.
I ask you straight up. Do you think you felt set up in that moment?
Damn right.
Okay.
Damn right I did.
You thought he had somebody out there too?
Damn right that did.
Okay.
Damn right. That's how I feel.
Okay.
Okay? But no big deal. No problem. Because I go on the air the next day and I'm like, that's a dad reacting to his son. Wife's at the game, family's at the game. That's family.
Yeah.
That could happen with anybody, right? Which is what I meant when I said I had no intentions of talking about it, because I didn't know anybody saw it. And I'm like, I'm not going to talk about this because the man coming at me because of his son's a son. Happens on a Thursday. That's a Friday. That's Saturday. Richard Jefferson is doing the game in Boston. He's still mic'd. He's working for ESPN. And we see LeBron say to him, yo, man, when he said, as a father, I had it. So I'm thinking,
I remember that clip.
Oh, that's not about Bronny. That's about you. Okay. Let's talk about you as a father from this perspective. Bronny ain't at home in Brentwood. That's Crypto.com arena. He ain't wearing street clothes. That's a purple and gold uniform he's on. He's a Laker.
You're a player.
It's my job to cover the NBA. It's my job to cover basketball. I just told him, Melo, I ain't see Kyan play. Because I know that if I walk into an arena to watch his son play, everybody's going to ask me, how do I feel? Not just about him, about...
But if we did follow what he's trying to say right now, it gets iffy, because if you want to talk that way, be like, oh, Bronny's a player. I'm paid to cover the players in the NBA. Cool. So yeah, you could cover Bronny being ass just by saying Bronny is ass. He needs to be sent back to the G League. You could have ended it there, Stephen A. But instead of putting any onus on, I mean, you did call out Bronny for sure, but then you came after LeBron's character as a father, which again, valid take. I do think LeBron should have let Bronny slow down. I feel like he rushed him up there to the league trying to make him an early player like himself, but like Bronny is not you, LeBron. That's the thing. But if we're going off of your logic, bro, you kind of made it personal by calling out LeBron, saying as a father, you are failing your son. Essentially, that is what you were saying. You were telling him that he is failing his son, and he is being a bad father on live television. That's personal. I cannot lie. That shit is personal as fuck. And if you can't use that cop out, because then that becomes an argument. If there's anyone that made it personal, it really was you, Stephen A. I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. It was a fair critique, but it's not something you should have brought. That's not player based. That's not sports based. You came after the man as a father. You didn't come after him as a basketball player. You came after him as a father. So I do think you are wrong in that sense.
Melo's son, who's my boy. I know that if I walk into an arena to watch Bronny play, they ain't gonna ask me about Bronny. They're gonna ask me about LeBron's son. I don't think it's fair to the kids. So I never went. I never once saw Bronny play in high school, ever. Everybody was talking to me about it. I never watched. I wouldn't go because I wanted to show LeBron James and his family that respect. Because I happen to think that Savannah is the first lady of basketball. Mm-hmm. I think she's wonderful. She's just a wonderful, wonderful human being.
Indeed.
And it actually breaks my heart that I could have done anything to make her upset. With Gloria, his mom, who has always been wonderful to me. Wonderful people. I got nothing to say about them. I got nothing to say about Bronny, who I think could be an NBA player someday. Mm-hmm. I think he continue to develop in the G League and then ultimately coming up here working out with the team, stuff like that. I think he's got a chance. Right, which is what I said.
Right.
Okay. So, Rich Paul, Maverick Carter, Randy, I for years, not but respect, always been cool with them. I know where their loyalties lie. It should. Mm-hmm. Do you? No problem. But I'm looking at it and I'm going like, I never watched him in high school. I wasn't the one that said I ain't never seen no All-American averaging 14 points a game. No, McDonald's All-American averaging. That was Kendrick Perkins. I wasn't the one out here talking about Bronny. That was other people. He goes to USC. He has the heart ailment. Our heart goes out to him. We praying that he's going to be okay. We turn around. We go from there. Okay, he wants to enter the NBA draft even.
And that's the thing. Out of respect for him, I understand. But truth be told, that is your job that is your job. I can't really say exactly, a sports commentator. That is your job, to discuss the players and how they are performing and stuff and criticize them. So you are within your rights to do that for Bronny. Although out of respect for the family, you stayed away from that, cool. But then you using that as a way to now come after LeBron's parenthood, LeBron as a father, was an overstep. That didn't even have nothing to do with basketball. That didn't have nothing to do with a sport. That's I don't think he's understanding that.
So he hasn't really played on a collegiate level. All right, fine. With what LeBron James has done for this league, everybody shut up. Mm-hmm. If that's where he wants and that's where he could fit, manipulate, no problem. It's no big deal there. Congratulations. Oh, he ends up getting drafted by the Los Angeles Lakers. Congratulations. No problem. Oh, he ends up being there opening night. That father-son moment with Ken Griffey Jr. and Sr. in attendance. I was there at the game, standing up, clapping. No problem. It became a problem when this brother was in the G League, and then the next day, J.J. Redick decides to bring him in the first quarter and ask him to guard Tyrese Maxey.
Yeah.
Go back and watch the film.
Yeah. Tyrese cooked that boy, man. That shit was hilarious.
If you could literally feel or see somebody drooling at the mouth, give me the ball. That was Tyrese Maxey. It was a nightmare. And I'm like, you can't do that to him. But you also can't do that to us. We're the media. Now you asking us not to cover the game.
Yeah, no. Was he asking not to cover the game? I feel like LeBron would have still had a problem with Stephen A for calling out Bronny. But Stephen A did call out Bronny. But again, you came after the dude's parenthood and the dude's fatherhood. That is where all this shit stemmed from, I believe. I truly believe that. And yeah, no, if you weren't willing to apologize about that, then, you know, y'all just stay beefing. Although it is still fucked up that LeBron did try to make you lose your job. But then, you know, you offended him. So he kind of had the right to be angry, although that is still a reach. Yeah, people do a lot of stupid shit when they're angry. People do stuff they don't really want to do, or they know they will regret later on. Maybe he wouldn't have regretted it. I don't know. I'm not in these niggas' minds. But hey, I think I'm with LeBron on this one just because of that overstep. I don't particularly hate Stephen A. Smith because, again, I do think it was a true take. I think everyone believes that was a true take. That is a flaw in his parenting. Like, you're forcing this kid to grow in this situation that is impossible for him. And yes, sometimes pressure makes diamonds, and, you know, that's how people become better. Put them in the worst possible situations and see if they can come out alive. Cool. But I just don't think most people were just like, this is just embarrassing for Bronny and it's not looking good. Let him develop and let him grow. Stop trying to force him to grow when he's not ready, kind of thing. But yeah, man, that's it. That's what I end. That's my take. Let me know what you guys think about the whole LeBron and Stephen A situation in the comments below. But I'm gonna wrap it up there. Turn on post notification, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'm gonna see y'all in the next video, man. Hey yo, Gerald out.